Assalamualaikum. Welcome to Member Spotlight by Anide Muslim Chamber of Business. AMCOB is a membership-based social enterprise with a mission to create a thriving Muslim business community. It's the power of collective wisdom, continued learning, and thought leadership brought together for Muslims by Muslims. Our core belief is that business leaders thrive when they have access to a supportive community of peers who challenge and inspire each other. Today, we have with us our member, Musab Khan. Musab is the innovative force behind Nextvisible, a strategy-led digital agency launched in 2022, and Humblino, a made-to-measure fashion brand he founded in 2025. Welcome, Musab.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Would love to learn your journey from where you started and how you got to where you are today.
Of course. So yeah, assalamu alaikum to everyone listening. And I came to US. I'll start with my story, how I came to US in year 2000 from Karachi and moved to Boston. And it was a very unique experience. And that's another detail to go into. However, quickly tried to learn like a lifestyle and adapt into educational system. So I finished 2 years of my high school and then started a university at UMass Boston, where I studied life sciences focused in biology and chemistry. And from there on, I transitioned into a first job opportunity I had in pharmaceutical company, where I worked about 3 years or so. And during all this time, I was keen on like exploring entrepreneurial like journey, but you don't have the kind of, you have the lack of direction, where to start, how to start a business. You see a lot of businesses evolving and you people succeeding, and also more so how people feel about running their businesses. And I was always attracted to the lifestyle of people who are kind of breaking more boundaries in terms of their personal life and being able to help other people. So I was really attracted into entrepreneurship. And so after my career in pharmaceutical, I dabbled with several different entrepreneurial opportunities. All had to do with more or less with design, because I was always into design since childhood. I was attracted to anything like a visual design, architectural design, fashion design, and so on. And after working in real estate design and development with a few projects, I finally found this opportunity to start a made-to-measure menswear brand, because around that time, the e-commerce brands were up and coming and people were more comfortable buying clothing online. And that's where I saw a full potential to really bring in all the experience and passion that I've had and kind of problem solving approach to like bringing better customer experience. And that's where I started my research in fashion design. It's a very complex field to come to from a life sciences background, but my life sciences background did help me with the analytical skills. So I started doing my research and picking up some, coursework, talking to tailors, join organization where they teach you about tailoring and style and proportions and ratios and so on and so forth. And during that time also I dabbled with technology, which was also another passion since childhood. I used to study computer science back in Pakistan as well during my school work, and when I did come to US as well. So I started a digital agency which was strategy led, and we started building digital products for our clients as well. And during these years, I was working on technology and fashion to learn and kind of come to this full confidence where we can actually bring value to our potential clients. And so fast forwarding to 2025, we are ready to launch Humblino and open a new chapter.
All right. That is a very unique area or sector that you are getting into, looking at your background from the education perspective and also the experiences that you have had initially. And then you started Next Visible, which is a technology like technology platform, and you're working from a strategy perspective. So how is the transition coming into Humblino?
Yes, so first, I think a very good question. So Humblino always felt like it was within me. So since I remember being who I am, I felt Humblino was always there. It's hard to kind of communicate how, but like since I was a kid, like I would go to like shopping stores with my sister. She'll take me there, and I'll ask them like unique questions about like I'm looking for a shirt that which has this and that and the buttons like that, and the shopkeepers will ask like this kid is like asking things like that, and the point being is like I was since I always liked the visual design and like the principle that led people to make certain decisions when it comes to design, like how they look and present themselves. I noted like some in my own world, like unique details which were uncommon at that time. So they lived in me throughout this time. But when I came to, let's say, US, I worked in retail in Gap. That was one of my first jobs, and because I always wanted to stay close to like the fashion industry. I wasn't really into per se like fashion design and like modeling and the fun stuff per se, but I was more interested into the garment production and fabric production and the quality and things like that. So at the time when I was accumulated with this full passion and the drive to really unlock something, it took all this time when I started Humblino to be able to feel confident to actually not channelize all this with all this in the last 7 years of research and development, creating hundreds of garments for, uh, for some small, like a small network of clients, and to perfect this model. But yeah, I think in terms of to answer the question, I think it just felt very natural throughout of who I was. I was never away from this path as I was working with like in a pharmaceutical company or studying science. I was always buying clothes, assisting people buying certain clothes when they're going for a wedding. They're like, "Hey, let's take Musab with me, and he'll gonna help me buy something." I just didn't know what I knew, what I didn't know. But at this point, after dissecting this approach from a business point of view, like how you can actually help someone and understand the problem that exists in the industry, or when it comes to solving an issue for a client, I was able to accrue this information and knowledge that I feel more confident with, that I can professionally and commercially scale this. So yeah, that was the experience I've had.
Okay, so share with us a little bit more about Humblino in terms of, and I believe you're serving consumers.
That's correct.
So now, how does the process work?
Sure. So Humblino is a direct-to-consumer, like digitally native vertical brand. So it's all integrated in a digital manner. So we connect with our clients and through a digital means, which would be like online. And the clients are presented with a user experience, which is designed to help them define what are their goals from a garment or clothing that they're purchasing. Hamlina is also part of slow fashion as opposed to fast fashion. So all the decisions that are made by the clients are like conscious decisions. So you don't make like impulsive purchases. So you actually put thought into like what is it that you're purchasing, why you're purchasing. So that really helps us kind of really understand what the client is looking for. But to do that, we need to also present this experience for them to be able to pick the right answers that they're looking for from their journey, right? So the website is designed to present like different garments. We make garments from casual garments all the way up to really formal garments. People like the clients would normally go click on a garment that they really like that the model is wearing or is presented on a product page. They'll click on it, be like, I want to purchase this. And then they tell us, we ask them if some set of quick questions that help us understand who they are in terms of their body measurements, their posture, and things of that nature. And we collect that data, and then we create an algorithm which within 6 milliseconds compute their garments for various measurements for various garment types, from like denim for jeans to like a dress trousers for suit. And then they purchase that garment, and then the garment goes to the high-tech garment manufacturing facility, which is we have partnered across the globe in Italy, China, Turkey, Bangladesh even, and Japan. And then the garment is made and delivered to the customer's door. And then if there are any small alterations that are needed. We work with the client post-purchase to dial those in, and then we remake that garment if needed to achieve the perfect fit. And this way, the customer has the best experience because they have something made just for them, and they feel confident and comfortable in that, and that's where we add value.
All right. So your suppliers are global.
Yes, that's correct.
They are not okay. All right. And so, are you also serving customers that are global, or you're just serving U.S. market right now?
Sure. So we are planning to launch Humblino later this year. We're just finishing up some loose ends in terms of our polishing our product development. But when we go live later this year would be North America. So US and Canada would be our main market. And once we have established a footprint digitally and also in person, we would want to explore other markets. And I'd like to add we are also omni-channel. So we're not just digitally present. We also aim to deliver experience through virtual calls, so the clients can connect with us from any parts of US during the US launch in Canada. And we also would do a pilot market in Boston and greater Boston area. So we would have a traveling stylist that they can visit our client on their to their offices or their home of their convenience and deliver this personalized experience.
Okay, all right. As Humblino is a unique name, what's the background? What's the story behind that?
Interesting. So Humblino came about, during this discovery of fashion and design. I came across that there is a lack of humility overall that you see. That I detected that, and I was quite not on. I was kind of not appreciative of that because when you do see fashion brands, their purpose is to sell the garment to the client, but the approach that they take of storytelling of why this person looks amazing or something, it kind of goes in towards the arrogance aspect of it. Like someone looks really great and they're wearing really expensive clothes. The purpose of Humblino wasn't to make someone look greater or the other person look inferior, but rather just empower the person who's making that decision for them to look confident and comfortable and boost that confidence in their personal appearance, which they should appreciate and celebrate life with, but that should not come at the cost of other people not being in that situation, not looking good. So this was derived from being humble. And since I'm really passionate and about Italian tailoring, so I added the INO in the end to make it sound like it's Italian origin, which I feel I always tell my mom, if I wasn't born in Pakistan, I would have born in Italy, So so it kind of I merge a lot of those points into this the word, and also is inspired from the hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when he said to the Sahaba that nobody would enter Jannah even if they have even a grain of arrogance in their heart. So the Sahaba asked, so Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we like to someone who likes to dress really nice, is that a form of arrogance? And that kind of scared me because I wanted to follow on like what happens, right? So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beautiful and he likes beauty. So wearing nice clothes is not something that Allah doesn't like, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appreciate, but being arrogant and denying the truth is the arrogance. So I wanted to use that word of humility and humble and marry it into my brand name and the whole legacy. So we are never forgetful of this. No matter where we reach and where we grow to, we are always reminded of who we were and who we are.
Right. No, definitely, it's a very good start. I would say, in terms of where you came from and how you are putting it all together. So looking forward to seeing Humblino becoming a major brand within North America and worldwide. So any advice that you would give to fellow entrepreneurs, as this is your second company that you are running now?
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, in the very early stages to be able to give advice, but there have been lessons that I've learned. There are many. I would say that just be confident in who you are. It takes a lot of time to grasp to come to visibility, but never give up on your passion and feel confident in who you are. Don't be pragmatic when it comes to career choices, whether it be that you're employed by someone or you want to create your own venture. Find people early on in your journey when you are, if you're focused in a specific field, get advice. Like that's something that I could say to my younger self, that when I started this, I could definitely have connected with more people, experienced people in the industry, join the organization that revolves around your industry. You'd learn a lot as opposed to like picking up even a book, because books are written in a different time and sometime, and you're reading things that are not sometimes very relevant, though they give you information, but always engage with people, pick a conversation, and also welcome criticism, and also like people who support you equally, because in both ways you can learn. So be welcoming to criticism. That it helps you really learn a lot, and be offended by them. And there's another thing I'd like to add as well. When I was starting Humblino, almost like or my journey, I was told like, oh, like there are other companies who've already started and they've made their mark. I mean, how there is a take up, like, the landscape. And I suggest that there's no end to in any vertical for you to start. Like if somebody wants to be an automobile maker, they can definitely start. They don't have to be worried about Tesla. So these are just inspiration, and you craft your own story. The reason you exist and the purpose exists within you. That is the exact reason why you should continue on to build the journey that you're going to foresee, and never give up on that.
All right. No, very good advice, and definitely you always, as an entrepreneur, you always carry growth mindset. That you are always there to learn from other people and inspire other people, and get inspired by other people. So thank you very much, Musab. Very nice having you. Thank you for being part of MCOP, and looking forward to great successes in your future.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and MCOP has been really helpful in this journey as well. So thank you so much, Kashi, for what you're doing, and wish well to all the MCOP community as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.